Hello everyone. So in this video I'll show you how to adjust the silhouette to be really close to our model, and then finish up the legs and as well as the tail. Alright, so let's get started. So first I'll use IMM Primitive. I'll use an insert sphere. Then I'll just select the body, alternate left click, and I'll create a sphere for the bottom part of the leg. Okay, so it's gonna be just a little bit of cute little legs. So I'll use number 4 brush, Snakehook, just push this out a little bit, and then from the side view I'll just push this in. Okay, so it's gonna be just very small legs. Okay, and when I'm using my gizmo, I want to reset the orientation to default so that I can adjust this a little bit better. So I'm rotating it inwards a little bit so the angle is going this way. Yeah, so those are pretty cute legs. I think that's pretty good for me. Use my number 3 brush to just inflate the bottom a little bit more if I want to be a little bit fatter depending on your model. Okay, so now I'm happy with that. 3 mass points, and then this one I'll just call it legs. Legs is done. Okay, so now I'll go to the back. Okay, I'll rename this as well. This one is body. Just have some good habits of renaming. Head, body. On the back of the tail, I'm gonna create a sphere. I off my symmetry, and then I'm just gonna press W to stretch this tail. Okay, I'm using this blue axis, and then I'm stretching it like this, and then I'm just rotating it up now. Okay, so I'll reset the orientation, and then I'll move it to this direction instead. Now I'll move this whole tail to the right side. I'll rotate it like this. I think the shape is pretty good. I just need to make some adjustments using my Snakehook. So it's very important to see my Snakehook brush is very big. So when you try to see and you try to imitate my brush strokes, you should try to look at how big my brush strokes are as well. So now I use a pinch, and then I'll pinch the end of the brush. So Snakehook, pinch, move. Okay, it's all there. You've already learned all of this. Very simple, just a matter of practice, and you get very used to it. You get good at it. All right, so the mesh itself is okay. I think from the back view it looks okay as well. From the front view, it's pretty good. I'll just inflate it a little bit. I don't want it to be too fat. I'll just scale it a little bit. Okay, later I'll adjust the silhouette again. And for now, I'll just do a Dynamesh. Unmask. Sorry, I have the mask on. What am I doing? And now I'm still in the IMM mode. So I created this IMM using my insert sphere, right? So I almost forgot. So please, every time you use a IMM brush, IMM sphere, okay, press the split mask points, bring it up into another subtool layer. Very, very important. And then we'll be able to name this as the tail, and we'll be able to redynamesh this. Okay, recalculate mesh, recompute mesh, do whatever we want with. Okay, so now it's looking pretty good. We really have the full silhouette out, and looking at my reference, I'm not 100%, I'm pretty sure, and I should try to do a transparent on this and to look at it. So how do we do that? Okay, so I'm gonna show you one of my document over here. Sorry, give me a while to look at my document. Okay, so this is the PureRef tip I have for you. So first you right click on PureRef, you go to customize, and then you go to key bindings, actions, and then we need to set this ourselves. So we need to set increase opacity, and then we'll be able to do increase opacity and decrease opacity using a plus, control plus equal, and control plus minus on your keyboard right next to each other, and then it'll be very useful for us to make our reference transparent like this. So you can see this is more transparent. Okay, this one is not so transparent. And then we'll be able to trace over our model, you see. And then we also do a transparent to mouse clicks. So when we are using Zbrush, we will not touch the model at all, the PureRef at all. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that in PureRef. So right click, customize, go to key bindings, go all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so you go all the way down, you see the master, increase master opacity. We need to set this. At least for me, my computer, I think I definitely need to set it. You can try it out on your own. But when you have this, control plus is equals, and then control plus minus, we can decrease the opacity. Okay, so let's try it out. So now mouse over the cat, control plus minus. I'm pressing that right now. Nice, look at that, look at that sweet transparency. And control plus equals, and then we'll bring that the opacity. So sweet. So good. Okay, so what this is good for is we can bring our ZBrush model right under it, and then we can work on it like this. Okay, so this is a very good workflow for us. But we now lack something. We now lack something. What do we lack? We lack the way that we can not touch the PureRef. So you see, I'm trying to touch ZBrush, but I'm touching PureRef instead. So I kind of need to lock it. I need to set it to be transparent to mouse. So this is Control T on your keyboard in PureRef. When you click on this, PureRef will give you a warning because it can be very confusing. So the only way to reset this option will be through the keyboard shortcut Control T. Alright, so please keep that in mind. And what we need to do is to click on the window and press Control T. So it means that when you are done, you need to click on this window over here and then you press Control T. Alright, so I hope we are clear on that. Click on this video and then press Control T. Alright, so let me just do that. So have I done that just now? Sorry, I was explaining and I lost my train of thought. So okay, so now I brought it back. So I press the Windows and then I press Control T. Now I'll just show you again. So right click and then we'll on transparent to mouse. So now whatever we press over here on our model, we won't touch our PureRef anymore. Very sweet. And then I can actually trace over some of these details. I can make my model really look like the reference. Alright. So I'm still keeping my symmetry. I don't want to go too crazy yet. I don't want to change it to asymmetrical. I still want it to be symmetrical. And I'm making my very fine details and making my silhouette to look very much closer to what it should be. So actually this body is a little bit too low probably. I want to move it up a little bit. Let me look at the cat's tail again. Okay, so the cat's tail more like this. So I'm also alternate clicking. You see, alternate click on the, I'm adjusting different parts. I don't need to go to my mouse to click on all these different subtools here. Alternate click, alternate left click, alternate left click, alternate left click, and then I'm moving different parts of my model. So important, guys. Okay, so I hope you will learn that by heart. Okay, adjusting this tail shape match, adjusting the body to match. Cat ears is actually pretty close now. I can pinch it a little bit more, I think. Pinch it. This part is probably a bit too much on the ear. Shape it to be a little bit sharper. On our spheres, on the legs. Oh, sorry, what have I done? Undo this. On the sphere, on the legs, you have to remember all these subtools have their own different undos. So do undo as you need to, right? So on these spheres, I'm also moving up a little. just now I did a zoom, so I'm going to unzoom that. My legs are looking a little bit weird. I'm just wondering why. Just now I might have moved too much. I don't know. Let me go back and see. So okay, I'll change this legs to be asymmetrical then. Then I'll just shape this with my eye. Guess it matches better. So if it matches better, perhaps it's time to change it to asymmetrical. I'll do it. I think just now it was just it's just a bit too outwards, so I push it back in for the legs. Bit back up. No, actually I don't want it to be symmetrical. I want to adjust my leg. Sorry, just now I make a mistake, so maybe I'll just delete this leg and then I'll do a mirror well. Okay, so I kind of like I just mirrored the legs again. Whatever. Okay, but you can see that we are actually tracing really well. I just want to show you. And it feels pretty good to get the silhouette very much correct. And yeah, it's very important when we are modeling in Zbrush that we are able to do so. And we should always strive to get our silhouette as best as we can. So even if we just have a side view, and I mean we just have a front view, we should try to imagine the side view, the volume, and how it kind of looks. The ear pointing up a bit backwards. The face maybe should be a little bit rounder. So some of this maybe I want to just smooth it out a little bit before I go too high res later. Make it a little bit more natural looking, because just now I kind of stretched this side of the leg, this side of the head. So maybe just some small adjustments as you see fit. Imagine a cute cat, how it should look like. Okay, so I think that's all for this video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.